coming into that pistol round. As Kevin is going crazy here, seeing everybody's spawn. And here we go, on to Mirage. MSL, he's going to start off with a nice smoke here on the T side to cover the catwalk and the approach. Oh, actually, they're just going to start conditioning them off of round 1, throwing that catwalk smoke, but not really doing anything. Dignitas is just going to move in very, very quickly here over into the B site. Crisby has taken some damage, and Crisby once again going for that kind of cheeky, I'm looking down and kind of jumping up the spot long, but this time he actually takes some damage.
You're probably going to have to fly this one solo. I'm getting bad spectator password.
Yeah, me too, dude.
What? Okay, that's weird. Strux, though, up in the palace there very nicely. Let them all run by as he hit in the smoke. He only finds one with the CZ. AZ is there to find another 2, and AZ a big part of this Dignitas team. We'll find a 3rd kill, and taps in from the market, getting gooshed up there down to 3 HP. We'll try to retreat out. Oh, he's actually just going to set up for an exit. Won't really matter too much. He tries to hide behind the flower pot, and AZ will find a 4th. And we got to get you guys in the server. What's going on here?
Connecting to the last IP that was given, I'm getting bad spectator password. I think Launders has the same problem.
Yeah. I'm watching the run back on the stream. Wow, nice shot from Strux.
Did you copy it from Launders? Because he added a character like a scrub.
No,
I
copied it from Kevin.
Wow, that's really strange. It worked for me. Maybe try it again? I don't know. Well, I'll just keep going, I guess. Solo cast. It was a triple cast, and I've rigged it.
And then there was one.
To keep you guys out of it. As Penta Sports will be going in for the force up. Not really a big surprise. And once again, we'll see Crystal. Having lost a pistol here on the CT side of Mirage to start things off. Will not buy anything. As the push is coming, Penta actually faring pretty well. Both the 5-7 and the Deagle finding a kill. It's now come to the 3-on-3, 2 Galils and an AK for Dignitas. Crystal trying to hide behind that triple box, but will be found out by Pimp. And that'll leave Crisby and Strux. Crisby to peek out, finds a player kind of hopping around, can't quite land the frag. He will get Schneider, though. But we'll probably be talking about a little bit, see how he's been doing. He didn't have the best of days yesterday. And Pimp will find another kill to close it out. 2 guys live. So that was actually a pretty costly round. Lots of people going down, and some rebuys coming out for the terrorists when they've only got, about 3K. But Penta will be forced onto a full eco here.
I'm smashing that button. Same issue.
You guys should maybe contact our European admin, CEVO Davis. If you can assist.
That guy doesn't do much.
I'll put you in the bin, mate.
I mean, I can't really help you because if I'm on stream and I start trying stuff in console, people are going to see the secret bits,
Just put it in chat so they don't matter.
Yeah, I'll just, you know what, a test if people can join, I'll just paste this IP right in chat. I'll tweet it out. Oh my gosh, Schneider feeling like Markelov right now. As he's got Crispy, look at this head, it's just poking up. Oh my gosh, that doesn't show at all. That's actually insane. Once you take, I didn't realize how much he was hidden once you take the X-ray off. Schneider gonna get 2 kills though. Strux will let them run by. And he's in a pretty good spot, but unfortunately they've run past the bomb site and they'll have to double back. They still haven't seen him yet. He's gonna be able to kill the bomb planter, and he'll do it immediately. Execution style. He's gonna delay things and might cause a bit more damage, but he ain't winning the round. And yeah, there's AZ coming over with another 2K. AZ already up to 6 kills.
Yeah, mate.
Looks like Launders has scrambled off to figure out the problem.
Oh yeah, I messaged Davis. Hopefully we're gonna be good to join you. Apologies for this, bro.
It's okay.
There it is. There's an E at the end.
So that was all Kevin's fault?
I guess so.
How did I get it then? I don't understand. Yeah, we're really smart over here. So the first rifle now coming out for Penta. Not enough, though, to support the op. So Crystal will have the A4 and the A1Ss for everybody else. As Penta not really trying too hard for mid control. That got him into a little bit of trouble in the earlier match against Flipside. But here they go. Taps in, and now one in the window. That's Crystal. One off Cat. I guess they do have the nice mid control, but they have let at least MSL slide behind the top mid boxes. They won't let the other one. I think that was Pimp trying to jump across. And now AZ will hit an op shot of all things. Pimp having dropped it, AZ to scoop it up and bring it into a 3-on-3.
Yes, finally have managed to get myself into the server. So Dignitas looking good here with the bomb coming up through mid. You've still got Stevie who's trying to get some information. At least in Palace, he knows that nothing's on A. The issue now is that the CTs could find themselves in a really bad situation. Crystal not able to get the spray down. The flashbang is going to neutralize him for a couple seconds, but he does still get the frag. Will be traded out from Schneider, who was residing up in Palace. Or Apps, I should say, pardon me. But now that does leave MSL in a 1v2. 8 HP to play with. They know roughly where he is. This next kill could be absolutely crucial. I'm not expecting him to clutch this from this situation, and indeed he won't. So Penta finally get themselves in a position to start winning some rounds.
I love that pre-fire from Crystal. It's just knowing exactly after he dodges his flash, me about a second before they peek, and then or half a second, and then putting the spray down, getting that first kill made a huge difference on the round. Started from a 3v3 right there, and then evened up. But a good hold overall. Penta coming with a round. Dignitas, are they on the back foot? I wouldn't say so, but do have to save. Going for a late by here. Schneider does have a nade. Will that go right into window?
Oh, Tapson, not the most gracious spray down there, and he'll actually get his out of jail free card from Crystal, who will be able to spray down Pimp. Struck's going to find another 2 as he goes off of the catwalk there with Crisby, and it leaves Kirby with the Deagle 1v4. We'll find a nice 1 Deagle on the Tapson. Oh, and another one, even nicer onto Crisby, trying to make things expensive here. And, I mean, maybe if he'd got another, you start to believe, but still making things a bit more costly for Penta.
Yeah, every single 1D there, it's just like so much money. So off the back of Penta, who just came off their first round win, that's pretty big. All the money you do on ecos just so worthwhile. So now they're both teams will have a bye. Dignitas, I don't know who has a slight advantage here. It seems like economically they're on point. Ops, they have one apiece. The only advantage, I think, is the map that gives it to the CT side just a little bit. Crystal is stuck out middle, though. Oh, the Molotov doesn't allow him to get back into connector, and he gets punished for it, so that's an opt-down. Pimp, though, op for op will get traded out. Oh, will he? Stab.
What? Wow.
Oh, and he finds a
And
kill.
he finds AZ?
My mind, it's blown.
How did he not get that kill?
Yeah, I completely agree. Somehow, though, Dignitas now with a 3-on-1. Strux is the last remaining player for the CTs. He's coming up from CT spawn. That grenade could land on top of Kirby.
Oh.
He's down to 13, so there's 2 very low players. MSL still on 100. Strux does have a defuse kit, but he himself is tagged up. And as you can see, Kirby has no idea exactly where he is. There's the first frag, but he'll get traded from behind. MSL snaking his way up through CT spawn. 4-2 now to Dignitas. Great start on their T side.
Yeah, and now Penta don't have any money. They're really poor. They really can't even afford to upgrade too many pistols. Apart from maybe Crystal, who actually probably won't because he's going to opt, so that's rough. And look, immediately three Mac 10s picked up, and that was what I was talking about last map, where a lot of teams don't have this awareness to, if they know they're going up against this eco 100%, just like get those cheap guns, farm up, and even if you die, it's fine.
You know, when you need to clean up the pistols, you pull out the room brooms. 3 Mac 10s here as they're rolling off the B platform, and even a Molotov kill going in. That'll leave just Savvy and Tapson. Tapson gonna try real hard to stay alive, but he will be hunted down and killed. Ooh.
Well, Stavi's at least landing a couple of shots, but yeah, it doesn't matter, I suppose, how you do it. Dignitas still get the all-important win and keep all 5 players alive, so they're going to have a couple of Mac 10s coming through into this round. Again, not fantastic economy for Penta.
No, that was key. That allowed them to farm up for an entire round, so automatically the economy swings back in their favor. And because no guns were dropped, I mean, they're upgrading from Mac 10s to only $1,000, not a big deal. They got gun kills for that too, so they got an instant rebate. And now Penta just have a few nades and pistols, and we'll be looking for this kind of like 2-6 scoreline suddenly, just like that. I love this Molotov and connector every single time. I think they know Crystal or Penta like to go for that mid control through connector quite often. Oh, later.
Tabs is pistoling, man. It's ridiculous. Crystal with 2
What?
as well, with a USP. Schneider is going to get 1 in return. But there is Struck, so it's all on Schneider now, the newest member of this Dignitas roster. And Crystal comes up from behind, gets his 3rd of the round. Huge round for Penta. And they managed to take an AWP and an AK out of this. Now suddenly their economy is not looking too bad.
No, I mean that's completely, that's just that's such a huge loss for Dignitas. I mean, they would have earned themselves 2-6, gone into the next round with such a better economy. Now Penta, because they were full saving, are going to buy anyway next round. They have so much money left over. They pick up an op for free, and that's a huge victory. A 3K with a USP versus rifles. I mean, when do you see that?
That's
You hate
insane.
to see it.
I haven't seen that in many years. That's for sure. Pep actually might be hitting himself for that round because he had a clean shot onto one of the players over towards stairs. I'm not 100% sure if it was Crystal, but I know that Crystal was in the area. So imagine that Pimp hits that shot, takes one of the players out of the round that got these pistol kills. It could have been theirs, but one missed op shot turns into 3 USP kills for Crystal. And that's pretty nuts. It's a massive round. It's a big boon to the CT economy, winning on an eco like that. And Pimp, man, he had one lined up right there, but the smoke blocking it, of course. 5-on-3 for Penta as they look to once again be rebounding here on the CT side of Mirage. Stavy will find a nice one as MSL was trying to go sneaky beaky like into ace site, and now it's all shut down. Only Stavy to fall, and it's a team ace for Penta.
It's our favorite thing to see. Yeah, they do a team ace, they lose one single man, and now it's going to be Dignitas. It's going to save a lot of saves in these first 10 rounds so far, so I think at most we'll just try to look for a plant, but all of a sudden economy swung right back into the favor of Penta, and they're going to be looking to even up.
Well, Dignitas certainly trying to do what Flipside did earlier today, and that's beat Penta on this map. And to be fair to Penta, they did go behind pretty heavily against Flipside as well, and then got 5 rounds in a row. So we know that they are a resilient bunch of players. And especially with the weaponry they have, you're expecting good things, but 2 players have very nearly been put down. Crystal does get finished off from Schneider's P250, I think that was. And Strux is down to 3 as well, so this could get messy for the CTs. Again, maybe not even winning is on the cards for Dignitas, but take as many players down with you as possible, and it's only going to be the one as Tabson comes in with the AK, picking up his 7th and 8th frags, and takes it to all even once more.
Yeah, nice cleanup on that, the end of the round there. They do, again, maintain a lot of the guns that they've had are starting to convert those M4s into AKs and save a lot of money. Crystal still got that op that he picked up, I think, and now Dignitas are not going for that op option. I don't blame them. It hasn't that much impact on T side. It's definitely something that you don't need to win a round, and especially on this full A hit, you want that mobility. So, oh, right now Schneider coming with an entry. That can be a round in itself, and we'll see if they can follow up with some more.
Well, all the smoke's going down over towards the A site. So far, it's too much for Penta to handle. Stavy and Tapson will fall, and that'll be actually just the 4 players pushing over. It's Schneider who is waiting in T-spawn. He'll bring down Strux, and now we continue on in the A site. Only Crystal alive, and over towards the jungle side of things. Still, everything covered out in smoke, and he will fall back and attempt to, well, actually maybe post up for some more exits. Thought he might scurry off to B, but the money is pretty good here. As again, that eco round made Penta's economy so good, and then the 3 rounds in a row because of it. Finally
really
losing one here.
Yeah, really utilizing Schneider to his best advantage as being a realistic entry fragger. Now has a mid spawn, could probably just fly out, honestly. Won't be going up against an off. Oh, will he? Actually, will. Does Crystal have a good spawn, though? No, he doesn't. Most likely we'll go for that A-ramp pick. Or if not connector, but we've seen him peek that angle before. But it looks like a straight up B hit right off the bat, and you can tell it's going to be something of a full B if they don't, provided nothing happens, unless they're going to fake and go connector, because they haven't left a man to anchor the other site, so they have no plans on making sure they have a fallback plan.
Here comes a set play onto B. See that player just scurrying away. It will be Crisby and Struxer trying to hold this down for the rest of their team. Kirby walks straight past Strux in amongst all the smoke. Hazy will get the return frag. Are they going to assume there's a second player there? It is Crisby. He could get the angle and pick off the frag and spots a couple more players as well. Surprises me somewhat that the T's don't find out and try and sort out those positions beforehand. But Pimp has answered back with double AWP frags. That is absolutely huge. Schneider comes in. Had a bit of a quiet game the last time we cast him, but he's 13 for 7 right now. And it all sits on Crystal. Bomb's been planted. Misses that first shot, although it was a pretty rough one to land anyway. And now he will try and scurry away and save this up for round number 13. But a good round for Dignitas.
Yeah, somewhat good. But as you mentioned, I completely agree with you. It was a really bad time to plant. They didn't have site control at all. They had 3 players in apps. 1 person jumped out. They didn't clear a fence. They didn't clear back sight. They didn't have anyone watching The kitchen come out. They didn't know who was rotating on the site, and they put the bomb down in kind of a really a spot that they couldn't defend from. So I think it's important to not be hasty. They could have not lost a man there and then counted on Pimp to get those 2 op frags. So, but that's how it goes sometimes. If you hit your shots, you can bail yourself out of situations like that, and they do come away with that round.
I mean, it kind of looked like with the set play going over towards B with all the smokes, they tried to keep, the bulk of their forces towards the van and up in the apartments. The plant was going down for apartments. I think fence was actually covered by smoke, but the player at bench was able to work around and get a line of sight onto the bomb planter through the bomb site. So maybe a smoke was missing, or they hadn't quite thought about that angle. So it was a bit awkward, but like you said, they will still come away with the round. Now Dignitas with 7. Already a lot of rounds for their T side. It took to the last round of the half for this for the half victor to be decided in the Penta flip side match. Let's see if it'll maybe be the same thing here. Not looking likely since Dignitas with the 4-on-3 advantage. Crisby, though, will get MSL and a nade from Pimp to trade it out. And maybe another. Yeah, Strux was so low, and that nade going to hop down into the van and find him out. Now only Crystal in a 1-on-2, trying to go for a sick flick, but it does not work out. It's 8-5 in favor of Dignitas.
Good nades to clear up the site. I mean, they just killed everybody in there. No problem. Ooh, this knife from Kirby. That was
pretty sick, man.
Nice, dude.
The Doppler, very nice.
Let's go. But yeah, they cleared out the site with a couple of nades. I mean, no one can play Van anymore and feel safe about it. And here we have a team that likes to go B more often than A, something you don't see very often on this map, which forces Penta to play 2 here. 1 off Cat. No one in middle. It's not actually... Whoa. What is a full-on rush 2 versus the eco? Makes a lot of sense.
Yep, going for the all-out rush, and so far MSL is going to bang himself 2 frags with the Mac 10, just farming up that economy. Pimp with the AWP, and well, Penta now staring down a 9-5 deficit. Stavi's at least going to make this a bit more vulnerable, but it's smart as well to rush the Mac 10 in, because it's no big deal if you do lose it. That being said, Stavi is taking a few more weapons away from Dignitas. Maybe he can pick one up and save that for the next round, but he's about to be pushed from every single angle. The economy for Dignitas is good enough they can throw away a couple more weapons. Of course, we're at the business end of this half anyway. So, you can understand this force in. Even if Stavi picks up another frag, it really is no big deal for Dignitas, but he won't anyway. And Dig with a resounding lead here on their T side of Mirage.
Yeah, looking really strong. Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
Middle.
Looks like a really strong half so far from Dig, who have earned themselves quite a few saves, and Penta have earned themselves a couple too, but that only makes Dignitas look even better here on T side, and just have this like profound aggression towards the B site they've been using, and now it's going to be early mid control though. Crystal is going to shut it down quick.
Yeah, Kirby jumping out as soon as that catwalk smoke goes down, and Crystal just leading and shooting. We'll take him down.
Is that COD?
That was crazy.
Yo, don't hate. That is the best gun in the game.
No, we saw some weird scope glitch. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I must have missed it. But well, you'll wait. You'll see the creek some more if we actually are indeed gonna pug after this. Dignitas will take the half, 9-6 here on the T side.
Yo, go watch the stream real quick. Do you have it open?
Sort of. It's too much work for me. I'm not doing it.
He like panned around from the back and it looked like a third-person view for a couple seconds, and it went into the scope.
Oh, it didn't show up on Kevin's. Yeah, that was weird. It was like the gun was like a tiny view model.
Yeah.
But you saw the whole gun. It was like right in the middle, and it was pushed out a little bit. Like the Y-axis was pushed out, and it was like scoped in. So it was so weird. Oh, so weird.
I'm sure it's working as intended.
It was like he was holding a water gun like in front of his face.
Now I feel very left out because I didn't get to see it. So the takeaways here: MSL performing as usual. AZ, also they're the ADR leaders for the team. AZ had a 4K, I believe, on that pistol round, and he had like 6 kills in the first 3 rounds. He's got 90 ADR, a little over 100 for MSL. Looking at the other side of things, though, Crystal doing quite well for his team. He's +1. He's 13-12. He's got 3 first kills, and he's got 111 ADR. But unfortunately, it's not been enough to really keep them in this. They're starting to fall behind at Dignitas with a 3-round lead going into the CT side. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, he has had to try that have tried to have that impact, and has got a couple of kills with the op, obviously. But I don't know. They've done a good job shutting down mid when it happened. The B hits were pretty treacherous, though. Those seemed like they were difficult to stop. But either way, can look forward to a second half now. This, unfortunately for them, it will be on T side. And I don't know if I recall how well they did on T side in the last map, but I think got 3 rounds, right?
It sounds about right. Yeah.
It's like they got
Barely
like
struggled.
they got like a string of 2 and then 1 afterwards or something.
Yeah,
That sounds
and
about right.
this kind of goes back to what we were talking about before. Like Dignitas are just a whole different level, I guess, in a lot of ways. So, I mean, my gut is telling me that Penta don't have too many hopes about getting too many rounds here. But of course, if they get the pistol and they start to have tabs and the like, and Crystal's starting to step up to the plate, who knows? Maybe they can pull this one back. Maybe they can take this map away from Dignitas. But so far, the CTs just have to hold in position. There's no fast, aggressive pushes from Penta. They're playing the slow game.
Oh, Pimp is going to spot one, though. Oh, let me put that game sound back on. Sorry about that. It's a silent weapon anyway. Couldn't hear it. MSL in a good spot. Strux, though, you know, everyone pretty much conditioned to check that, and he does. He finds MSL. Strux also going to bring down Schneider. Now AZ trying to rotate through spawn. Will take taps and out down through the window vent. Crystal on a nice flank to find Kirby, so a 4-on-2 post-plant situation for Penta on the pistol round. Exactly how they need to start this off, but AZ with the pistols, man. You add up the pistol round kills, that's 6 for him on the first rounds of both halves.
AZ skins.
Nice. Pimp will find another. AZ also going to get in there on a third. Now the bomb is being touched. He's violating the bomb right now.
They won.
How?
Oh my god, they won. Was it 2v5?
I think so. Maybe 2v4.
Leaving. That was dope. Yeah, it was. Wait, no, Chris. Yeah, it was 2v5. Well, pretty much, yeah. That's unreal. Those are the rounds we should be highlighting. That's crazy. They all had great after plant spots too. They just got destroyed. Well, except for the 2 people pushing, but it was 5v2. So.
Yeah, the rotation from AZ was powerful. Like, it kept some people out. Like, Crystal hits that flank shot, and then AZ, you know, he had just killed someone in the vents. Then Crystal comes through, and he's going to be taken out by AZ as well. And then that left a 2-on-3 going into the site, of which Pimp and AZ were able to just roll in, brothers in arms, and take it over again. That's got to be devastating for Penta.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you could very easily like point out, oh, this is an awful after plant. You know, these players did this wrong, and you could say, you know, 2 players are getting a little bit aggressive, but they were continuing pressure. You know, they weren't like running out around the map. They were getting kills and then pushing a little bit more and finding another kill. And they got punished for it, even though they probably had the drop on AZ. And then once they got on the site, the 3v2, I mean, they won that straight up like legit. Like everyone was holding their spots down, trying not to peek, and then they just came out and wrecked them. It was sick.
So now we find ourselves with Penta after that previous round not managing to seal it up when really they should have on pistols.
Oh, did they just run boost over connector?
Yeah, that
like,
was really sick.
That was
They
awesome.
didn't. It wasn't necessarily a run boost. They just, you know, people like AZ from this
Oh, he just
angle, and
ran
even
on his
Kirby
head.
will not be able to see as he gets on the head and just runs off and jumps over to the fence. So that was sick. That was a good idea. Something you can do to cross connector without having smokes. Maybe catch the catwalk player off guard. Unfortunately, it still won't work out.
Like
but
a beetle strat where everybody just gets on your head and runs over. And
yeah,
jumps.
that'd be awesome. A leapfrog, maybe the better way to put it.
I'm going Beatles.
All right, I'm going with leapfrog. What are you picking, Metuz?
I'm trying to come up with an English thing.
With an English thing.
I'm going to go Beetle as well. Get wrecked.
I mean, that's an English thing, right?
So like the crumpet strat? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, well, because of Beatles, right? The English band.
Yeah.
There. Okay,
I'll give it
so
to you.
I took your best reference.
Yeah, screw you, dude.
Like lemurs or something jumping off of stuff and everyone following. I don't know. But Strux is already out of the round. Things are not starting off very well here. This is more than likely now going to be 3 in a row for Dignitas, unless Stavy here in the connector. He gets in here unknown. He will be able to bring down AZ, taps in elsewhere else to find Schneider, and Stavy will walk over a grenade that was thrown by the retreating player into jungle. Kirby to peek out from CT and finding another.
Wow,
and
nice
another with FMOS. Long range that one onto Crisby, who is coming up a ramp. Now it is just taps and left in a 1 versus 3. Too much to process.
Nice round. That was just some good, really nice strafe shooting from Kirby on that second kill, especially. So hard to commit to a spray with that. That FAMAS makes so much more sense to tag and move. And yeah, it was good from him. So they're taking a strong lead right now. That was a very important round for Penta to just show that they even have like a dog in this fight, and that would have only been 7 rounds. I mean that still wouldn't have shown much. So it's at this point Penta really have to think about what's going to happen next round, because from a trades perspective, I mean they were not able to come out on top any single time.
I guess something else that'll be playing in the back of the minds of Penta is that this is Dignitas' map, so Inferno, when we go across to that, they're going to be in a similar position again. In fact, hold that thought for a second, because we have got some action coming through. Dignitas trying to just eco-bash Penta, and so far so good for them. In fact, they're not going to lose a single player. So yeah, going through again, Penta are in the same position, right? They're going to be starting on T side against Dignitas. Like, how does that going to work out for them?
I don't know, not well, I think. Crystal is going to have an op, but yeah, I mean that is good. That is good, and a difference from the last rift run they had. Also, it was kind of a low buy, so maybe there's still something to be said about that. But Chris, we're going to be smoking out the cat here, so they can get at least across mid. I think Kirby's going to be pushed up pretty close. This is going to be a tense battle here, and then they really want, both teams really want this, and I don't know who's going to forfeit it. If it's going to be Dignitas or not, but they're not peeking.
Yeah, I would say if Kirby peeks, he's all alone, right? He's got support, but he only has support if, okay, the pop flash comes from the teammate. Okay, maybe he does have some support, even if he pushes up by himself. But even with the nice pop flash, in fact, they were both blind, he gets a 1-for-1, and that will favor Penta, who have now taken the mid control, 2 coming from underpass, and of course that one man out there with the bomb taps into the top of mid. Dignitas doing their best way to try to set up and contain them, setting up the cordon.
Yeah, they have an important man here. That's our 5-man Crisby in apps. I'm just going to be keeping an eye on that. So
there's the pop into ladder. Schneider could not see a single in tabs, and will pick him up cleanly. And even though it was a 1-4 trade, it was also the AWP that was taking out the equation for Penta, and no one's picked that up from Penta since. So, and he's all the way back in mid. Still, Pimp is alive and kicking. AZ's just been picked off from Crisby, though. He's looking across, and that's the issue. When you go players down from CT side, they are starting to become gaping holes in your defense, and Crisby couldn't do too much from that. Nice shot from Pimp, but he's now all that remains. They know exactly where he is. The flashes are raining in on top of him. And Penta, it looks like they are finally going to get themselves a T round. But still, there is a large deficit between them and Dignitas.
Yeah, and that is the power of going down a man too early, as Joey mentioned. Like, it was 4v4. It seemed like a good push at the time, and that flash did blind both players. But him only getting that 1 kill is the bottom line, and then dying for it meant that CTs were spread a little bit thin. They had to concede mid control. They didn't have that op, or maybe a second player pushed up. Going 2-for-1 there would have been way better. Probably wouldn't have been the entire round. So I guess good on Penta having patience at top mid and not making it seem like they were up there. At least many people like there were, and converting it into a round win.
So now coming into round 21, Dignitas having won 4 in a row. Their money was still good. Their money actually might even be good again for a maybe if they happen to lose this one and even save the gun, they could probably pull something across. But of course, they're playing to win. Pimp going to go out towards the window with that op. Again, that catwalk smoke going down every round. Penta just conditioning, throwing it even when they don't go towards mid, throwing it and then staying back and not crossing. But Pimp, through the connector, will be able to find taps. And I don't know if they were trying to set up for that boost, the little stack, and jump up onto the fence there on the catwalk. But they don't even get a chance this time. And Kirby, maybe lucky to be alive. Might have been spotted, only took 1 shot to the back, though.
Oh, does he not see that silencer? Oh, he sees it.
Yeah, he does. He just doesn't
looks
quite
like
notice
a pipe.
it.
Oh, there it is.
80 just peeks out of mid as 2 players from Terrace are coming down, and no avenging frag. So that's just a free frag right there from the CTs. Now Strux trying to avenge his fallen teammate, but Pimp is going to open up things further for Dignitas. Strux alongside Crystal, your 2 last men remaining. Make that just Strux, make that absolutely nobody, as Dignitas double the rounds of Penta, 14-7, and keeping 4 weapons alive. And look at that economy for Penta. It is absolutely, well, let's just say bad. I was going to say something else there, which I'm not supposed to say live on stream.
Wow.
Ass.
That's it. That's the one. We'll go with that.
And yeah, they will be doing this all in that they like to do. Penta really do not like playing for match point. I don't know if I've ever seen them try to do that. But they're now, yeah, like last round they were conceded mid control, and oh, Schneider, that's gonna put you on tilt. Pushes through underpass, finds a pick and B apps. There's so much information now.
Yeah, it seems like
you just need to focus on A and mid.
Like, let's say Penta had 11 rounds right now or something to Dignitas' 14, then they'd probably save and go for it. But I feel like when you're down this far, you almost need to go for the high-risk play and just kind of buy up and try to play for the win still.
Yeah, I mean, if they were, at a major land, kind of like
Yeah, they
last,
probably would have.
you think they might consider it a little bit more, just a little bit. Though you can win from that, that force up on the at 14. Just it might be a passing thought if you realize that the one round you won was with like an op and Molotovs and everything. Now that's gonna be again that last round was the all in. They're gonna be buying up again. It's gonna be a similar buy, a little bit worse. And they really made no waves on the last round. They've got to work against the economy. They've got to work against the next 8 rounds. You got to work against this Go TV lag. It's just all piling up.
Nice.
Yeah, the latter one being the most difficult to fight against.
Inevitable. As Kirby comes in, I'm kind of falling in love with this knife. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see it,
Oh, it's nice.
it's so good.
Maybe he'll
And
let
that's
you,
not a
maybe he'll let you
euphemism
hold
either.
it.
Oh god. My mind's going to dark places right now. But Pimp has got himself the frag onto tabs, and Gear B from Shadow picks up one and a second as well, but lights out for Penta. And they get crushed again, I think it's safe to say. It was, what, 16-10, 16-7 against Flipside, 16-7 again here on Dignitas as they move to their own map.
It's tough. They're Dignitas and the Flipside are both teams that are just playing like a lot better than they did last season. So I guess like Dignitas even more notably than Flipside, who are already pretty good. And Penta are kind of like in the similar vein of conversation when you talk about teams that are like around that level and kind of just got just didn't get that many good results in the last 3 maps that we saw them play. So
Yeah, Penta ran into an unfortunate circumstance last season when
Yeah,
they were looking very strong, and then the roster just kept crumbling. Because that's when Mousesports was forming, right? Mousesports was forming. They're like, "Hey, Penta, you got some good players. Like, oh, I'll take him. Let me get this guy. Look at another team. Let me take that guy. All right, solid German lineup. We've stripped some of the other German teams though of their talent, and then Penta rebuilt. They're looking pretty good. I've actually liked the addition of Stavy and Tapson, of course. But, I mean, Crispy I haven't seen too much of, but honestly, it seems like he's doing fine. The team maybe just needs to gel a little bit more. It seems like they're a creative bunch, right? Like, how many... We've already seen pulling out their triple boost on Overpass. I think that was them. We learned some cool, neat little tricks. Crispy with the cheekiest peek that anyone's ever seen over there on the B site. And then also the little boost and hop on the catwalk up to the fence on A. Like, this team is teaching me things. And I want to pull them off in matchmaking. And I probably will. So I look forward to seeing Penta, but of course they fight some difficult talent today in Flipside, who are also kind of in the process of rebuilding, and even Dignitas now picking up a new player. I mean, the people are constantly shuffling. Maybe Penta can try to capitalize on that since they've been a little stable just a little bit longer. But we'll take a quick break, guys. We got Inferno coming up next. It's going to be map 2, once again, the pick of Penta, see if they won't fare a little bit better and try to pick up a point against one of the top dogs here in Season 8 of the Pro League. Stick around. We'll be right back.